What is happening, guys? Mathematic is back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So guys, I want to say a very big thank you to those that have supported the channel. I can see there was a lot of interest in the last video, so again, a big thank you to you guys. Over 100 likes for a video, that's a first for me, so well done, guys. Thank you very much. As I say, if you can help out the algorithm, if you can like the video, if it saves you money, it doesn't cost you anything to like the video, it doesn't cost you anything to share the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, guys. It does help, and again, it creates more awareness for what we're trying to do over here. Equally, there was an individual who did also make a contribution to me, which is basically the first payment I've ever received from YouTube for this, guys. So over 1,000, 2,000 people can look at a video, and one person out of that 2,000 actually made a donation via PayPal. And that was, in my opinion, that was a very big gesture. So I very much appreciate that gesture being made. You know who you are. I've left a comment also for you to, if you want a video being made, by all means, just let me know. And then I'll put a review based on the type of video in respect of the fragrance that you'd like to get into. So thank you very much again for that contribution via PayPal. In respect, guys, of 12 hours later, as we were talking about before, this was Ebony Wood. So this is, again, just a quick recap. Eau de Parfum, 40 ml, and it's cost me $15.99. There are bigger bottles for 90 ml, and I believe they're £25.99 in the UK, which to me is quite an expensive amount of money to be paying for a fragrance from Zara. Now, getting into it, guys, in respect of me saying this is Joe Malone. Yes, officially it's Joe Loves, which is a brand or subsidiary of Joe Malone, but at the end of the day, Joe Malone, you know who that is, and effectively, this seems to be the partnership that Zara have going on. Now, 12 hours later, no breakdown on this again, just for a reminder, it's saying we've got pink pepper, we have some cloves according to Fragrantica, and we also have some ebony wood. There, Fragrantica, people are saying that it's more of a moderate type of fragrance, but it doesn't really seem to be much by way of comments just yet because it's just been released. As I did say, this is very much a unisex type of fragrance. Do not think that it's somehow a masculine fragrance. And most of the fragrances I smelled, guys, were unisex fragrances. Now, 12 hours on, what can I say about this fragrance? I could sum this up in probably 3 words. Okay, 3 phrases I'm going to say, not 3 words. 3 phrases. Fantastic opening. Nice dry down, no longevity. That's all I can say. There's no real projection in this one, guys. The opening with the pink pepper gives you that bit of a projection. If you're wearing this maybe in the high heat, yes, I'm sure it might give you a little bit of maybe an arm's length type of projection. But to be honest though, guys, it doesn't really lend itself to that type of fragrance. This isn't a summer fragrance. This isn't an aquatic fragrance. This is basically a winter fragrance or autumn fragrance. In my opinion, definitely will go well as a layering fragrance. I believe you could wear this in conjunction with other fragrances. I think you do pretty well with it. But for me, guys, as a standalone fragrance, the opening I really enjoy. This pink pepper note, it's not Northern Fragrantica, but I do believe there's maybe some mandarin in there, some type of orange note in there. As I say, it's eau de parfum, so I'd expect it to last longer on my skin, but it doesn't seem to really give me longer than about, I couldn't even really say even longer than about an hour, to be honest. Maybe pushing 2 hours, maybe, but that's, I'm really sort of struggling before it becomes a skin scent. So I don't know what the aim of these type of fragrances are moving forward. I know this is maybe a high street type of fragrance. It's not a designer fragrance in the same way. So I don't know if we're expecting too much. But for me, guys, if I'm paying £25, £26, whatever it may be, $15.99 for a fragrance of this nature from Zara. Zara released, obviously it's under the brand, with obviously in conjunction with somebody else, but Zara released more than enough fragrances now, guys, for $9.99, which in my opinion give me a little bit more for my money than what this one does. Now, it does depend what you're looking for. For me, again, it's a pleasant fragrance, it's a nice fragrance, but it's just not one which I think I would actually be concerned about moving forward. I wouldn't go out my way to particularly purchase one of these fragrances, guys. You do need to get your nose on it. There are a number of other fragrances there in the collection that's come out now, and I think with you'll, because there's quite a few that's come out, you'll need to get your nose on it to see what works for you. There's another one I think I would potentially consider, but as it stands now, I'm going to leave it there on this one because I just don't think there's any need for me to spend any more money. Just having a quick look at the other one, which I found somewhat interesting, which I'll probably try and do a review on at some point, was a patchouli type of fragrance, which again, unfortunately, I can't say in that respect if it has any real. It's called Fleur de Patchouli. Fleur de Patchouli. So I don't know if that one will have anything in respect of longevity, but just going off this one, which I felt was probably the one in the store at the time when I purchased it a few days ago, was the one I really enjoyed in comparison to the other ones. And as I say, unfortunately for me, guys, there's no real longevity. I'm struggling beyond 2 hours. The projection's not really there. And don't get me wrong, this, in my opinion, the actual fragrance itself, the oil of the fragrance or the parfum, is a nice fragrance. It is a, I want to say, it doesn't smell alcoholic like Zara fragrances smell. So in a way, it's still a good quality fragrance, but unfortunately, what's letting it down is this projection issue, and it's also about the longevity issue. I don't know what's going on within the perfumery department. I don't really know who sanctions these fragrances anymore. Someone behind the scenes is giving the go ahead to say that's a fragrance, get it on the shelf. And for me, unfortunately, I don't know if Zara need to go back to how it was back in the day and go back to the old school type of fragrances where we have maybe, say for instance, something like this, which hasn't been reformulated. Obviously, this is not in comparison with Joe Malone or Joe Loves or whatever it may be. But these type of fragrances, guys, for what it was, in a way, you spent what, £10, £15, you know what you're getting, you're not messing around. But when fragrances are starting to cost £26 from a high street, I would have hoped that someone at some stage in their departments of marketing and whatever it may be, and perfumery and all these different levels that companies have to go through to get new products commissioned to be sent out, someone would have looked at this or smelt it and said, hold on a minute, is this really what we're supposed to be putting out on the shelves? And to be charging this amount, I think is a real shame. I don't know what is going on, but unfortunately for me, guys, they're just not worth it. And that's my honest opinion. I think you need to smell them. If they have smaller decants of it, by all means smell those as well, or maybe buy a bottle of it. If you are desperate to buy a bottle of any of them, I wouldn't go above these 40ml bottles. I think again, as a layering fragrance, I think you could do pretty well with this one, but it's just not a fragrance which is a standalone fragrance in my opinion. 12 hours on, I didn't get any compliments because I've not really even properly worn this properly. I can't wear a fragrance in a situation where I have to spray it on every 5 minutes to hope someone will someone will smell it. Whereas other fragrances, I can wear it 4 or 5 hours on, no problem. There are loads of other Zara fragrances which I've reviewed. I get enough longevity from it that I can spray it in the evening, go out, maybe in the club, 3 or 4 hours later, and I'm still getting compliments from the fragrance. Unfortunately, this one did not go that far. I have sprayed it, as I say, gave it an opportunity. It just wasn't noticeable. And it's not even a situation where you think maybe you've got a fragrance on that is still projecting, you don't realize it. It just wasn't noticeable, guys. This was really becoming the skin scent relatively quickly. Even now, I mean, I can still get this floral note and this element of this type of mandarin with this, again, the ebony wood in there. But unfortunately for me, guys, it just doesn't cut the mark. And you could put all the whistles and bells on it as to this perfume and whoever else it needs to be. But for me, guys, what I'm looking for, again, it's a unisex fragrance. So maybe I'm along the sides of slightly more masculine type of sense, because this doesn't seem to cut through the cold. It doesn't give me anything to take away and say I'm wearing a fragrance, and I think that's a real disappointment. That's a real shame. I don't know what the solution is anymore. I don't know if this is the end of it for Zara fragrances, because if I can put out a video, me in my little YouTube channel, and have so many people watch it, it's a clear sign that people are listening. Now, Zara are a business. Zara aren't necessarily doing this for the good of their health. Zara are doing this because it's a business and they want to make money. And I hope at some point Zara will maybe take note of these videos and at least acknowledge what people are saying. And if you guys can also help with that, by all means, make sure, again, if the video, you do enjoy it, give it a like, guys. If this helps you, saves you some money, give it a like, guys. If you can get the video and the algorithm moving, I'm sure at some point someone will reach out. Who knows? By all means, make your comments, guys. Leave your likes, as I say, and by all means share the video. I think it's a real travesty that these type of fragrances are being released in a way where they're charging that amount of money and they're not giving really, in my opinion, what the customer really deserves for what it is. Zara's able to release so many fragrances as it stands. They can easily release fragrances for £20, and I mean, pushing it to £26 is, in my opinion, is asking a lot. But fragrances that are less than £10 or £9.99, less than £15, have better longevity than this, have better projection than this. Something's going on and I don't fully understand what it is, guys. So that is my quick thing on this, guys. 12 hours later, I just wouldn't recommend purchasing any one of these fragrances, but if you do have to do it, by all means, keep it to within a budget of these 40ml bottles. Go and check them out, guys, and let me know what you think. I do appreciate, again, the comments, the likes, and subscriptions. Let's keep the channel going. Let's keep the channel growing. And again, for those that do find some form of enjoyment or find some form of benefit from this video, again, the PayPal link is there by all means, guys. If you want to donate even £1, that's more than enough, because it shows that you appreciate what's being put forward, and hopefully it saved you a lot of time and a lot of money in respect to my review and my comments on these particular fragrances. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Ciao.